welcome to the live red carpet premiere of Marvel's Luke Cage. I'm Lorraine.
And I'm Ryan. We are here at Marvel's headquarters in Manhattan, where we will be talking all things Luke Cage.
And while we're here in the creative space, we have a great spot on the red carpet at the Edison Ballroom, where the stars will be soon filling up the step and repeats, which are those cool things with all the signs on.
Yes, yeah. And the woman bringing you all that action is our Marvel's Voices host and red carpet correspondent for the evening, Angelique Roche. Hello, Angelique. How you doing?
Hi, Ryan and Lorraine. We are here on the red carpet, and I don't know if you can hear the buzz, but it is absolutely buzzing. Folks are lined up outside to take pictures of all the cast and crew of creatives that are going to be here tonight, and we are so excited, getting ready for folks to come onto the red carpet. Press is getting set up, and we are eagerly awaiting the cast, crew, and creatives here at the Edison Ballroom on 47th Street, right in the heart of New York, a little bit below Harlem, where Marvel's Luke Cage is actually filmed. So we are going to hear from the amazing creatives. We're going to have Cheo Hodoraki Coker, who's going to be here, Theo Rossi, and we're also really excited that we're going to have some of the musicians that are going to be in the show performing tonight. But before we get to that, Lorraine and Ryan, I know you are excited about a number of things for this season, and you've had a couple of sneak peeks. So I'm going to toss it back to you there at Marvel HQ.
Angelique, it looks really cool. I love that step and repeat.
Yeah, you really like saying step and repeat.
I really do.
Yo, I'm super jelly. She's going to have all the musicians, and she's going to hear all the great music on the carpet.
So over at the premiere, they're going to be playing later. We're not going to be showing those musical acts, but we will get to enjoy them in the series. I'm excited to see all of the stars walk the carpet tonight, too. Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, Rosario Dawson as Claire Temple, ALFRE Woodard, an amazing actress as MARIAH.
So good. Yeah, Theo Rossi, who plays Shades, Gabrielle Dennis, who's a new character on the season, Tilda, you're going to, she's awesome. Mustafa Shakir, who plays Bushmaster, who I got to talk to for a while the other day. He's amazing.
Oh my gosh, and it's when you see Mike Coulter in person, he is an impressive figure, and so is Mustafa Shakir. He is going to be awesome to see in the series. Also, one of my favorites, showrunner Cheo Hodoraki Coker, who puts so much into the show. This is his second season on the show, so I'm excited to hear what he has to say about season 2.
Yeah, and you know what? I was tweeting about the show and the red carpet and stuff, and people were so excited. The buzz is everywhere. People have just been like freaking out, waiting.
And we're hearing so many great things, reviews and things. You guys can get in the conversation with us if you hashtag Luke Cage. We're going to be taking some tweets throughout the night. We actually have some tweets coming up in a little bit. But you can be watching this also on Marvel.com. So if you're watching on social media, you can also see more stuff about the series, as well as watch this over there.
Yeah, we also posted a bunch of polls on Marvel's Twitter. So if you guys haven't checked those out, we're going to show the results of those polls later in the show. But we asked you to, like, what was your favorite fight scene from Marvel's Luke Cage Season 1?
Or what was your favorite kiss with Luke Cage, Misty Knight, or Claire Temple? Just saying.
Maybe your favorite Luke Cage hangout spot. Was it Pop's Barbershop or Harlem's Paradise?
Well, thousands of people have voted, but we're going to bring those results to you, as we said, a little bit later on in the night.
Yeah.
I think let's take some of those tweets.
Yeah, we got a bunch in, so I don't want to miss it. Like, we got one from @MissJanae, who said, watching the first season of Luke Cage, ready for the second season to drop and give me life.
Oh my gosh, welcome back to the living. You're so welcome. Wizard_Matt, great name. Getting pumped for the next chapter in the Luke Cage saga, likewise.
Yes. @MischiefMaker4, better than the other previous 3. @MischiefMaker4 says, I just want it to be Friday so I can watch #Luke Cage already. I've never been more excited for a new season of a Marvel Netflix show. And you are going to be really excited once you see it all. You're going to watch it again and again and again.
And Shane Roach Ford said, what am I doing Friday night? Luke Cage at Netflix. Binge watching, of course. It's going to be a great Friday night. I mean, why not?
Yeah, totally. So we're going to read more tweets throughout the show. We're going to have more action on the carpet. There's so much excitement and fun stuff that we're doing. It's what a wonderful night.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's really electric to be on the carpet. I'm so excited to see what Angelique is up to later on. But let's talk a little bit about where we started with season 1 and what that's going to do to season 2. There's lots of action, lots of drama promised for season 2, but maybe there is a good way that we could get re-upped on season 1. What do you think?
Maybe we can have our own Langston Belton provide a special video, an ASAP recap of Marvel's Luke Cage season 1. You guys watch it right now.
We met Luke Cage working double jobs at Pop's Barbershop and the club Harlem's Paradise, owned by a man of impeccable musical taste, Cornell Cottonmouth Stokes. The performers are dope, but the club is also a not-so-secret front for Cottonmouth's underground gun running, which he uses to support the political pursuits of his cousin, the less-than-legit Councilwoman MARIAH Dillard. Also, Luke Cage is bulletproof. Luke's peaceful existence is ruined when a botched arms deal leads to Pop's death. Pop's dying words of "forward, always" inspire Luke to take action. While NYPD detective Misty Knight works to solve Pop's murder from inside the system, Luke works outside of it and goes hard against Cottonmouth's arms operations to get even. Cottonmouth's feeling the squeeze, so his gun dealer Diamondback and his right-hand man Shades get involved, and they bring in the big guns, or more specifically, custom Judas bullets that can pierce Luke's usually bulletproof skin. Then it's bye-bye Cottonmouth, because with mounting tensions and really intense family drama bubbling up, Cottonmouth and Mariah turn each other, and Mariah straight up kills him in his own club. Meanwhile, the hunt is on for Luke Cage. Diamondback tracks our hero down and nearly kills him with a Judas bullet. I said nearly, don't worry. Cut to everyone's favorite Marvel series spanning nurse Claire Temple saving our hero by taking him back to the doc that actually made him unbreakable. We find out that Luke has been on the run from Seagate Prison where he was experimented on, making his skin unbreakable. Back in the present day, that same doctor who created him saves him. Whew. So why was Diamondback on the warpath to kill Luke? Well, it's revealed that Diamondback is actually Luke's childhood friend and secret illegitimate half-brother who's dealing with his daddy issues now by going after Luke. There's family drama all around the Luke Cage folks, yo. Luckily, with some help from still on the case detective Misty Knight, Luke was able to finally face off against Diamondback and put him away. But things ain't fixed for Harlem yet because Councilwoman MARIAH Dillard takes over Cottonmouth's criminal dealings. She has aligned herself with Shades and steps into her destiny as the new crime boss in Harlem. In one final cruel move, Mariah publicly outs Luke as an escaped convict from Seagate, that place he got his powers, so he heads back to finish his sentence. But as we saw in The Defenders, with some legal help from Foggy Nelson, Luke has finally cleared his name and is truly a free man. He and Claire have caught the feels for real, and he recently helped Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones fight Elektra and the centuries-old crime organization called The Hand. With The Hand neutralized and Mariah in power, Luke is finally ready to step up and be the hero of Harlem.
So, two big things about that piece. One, I want Langston's t-shirt.
I know, it's so great, isn't it?
And it probably won't fit me, but that's fine. I want that t-shirt. It is lovely. Two, he put that whole season, 13 episodes of Marvel's Luke Cage season 1 into 2 minutes. I don't know how he did it.
It's a lot of work, let me tell you. Something too to take away from that, I think, is that, you know, he's really stepping up. Luke Cage is stepping up as the hero of Harlem. That's where he's coming from. His name is cleared. He doesn't have to hide in the shadows before, because all of season 1, he was keeping a low profile, trying to keep it chill, and now he can kind of finally be like, yeah, I'm the guy in the bulletproof hoodie. Come at me.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite moment from Marvel's Luke Cage season 1? I mean, it's tough because like the season goes in a bunch of different waves. There's there's a lot of great shots as well. Like the way that it was framed and the cinematography, lighting, the music. It's all different pieces. What?
I think there's a wonderful guest star cameo in which he changes hoodies for a coat. You know the one I'm talking about in the bodega? That is a great moment. It's just funny and unexpected. I love that moment, but also there's so many moments where he's just walking intensely, and I don't know why, but I felt shook. Like I was just like, he's just got so much going on. You know, he's trying to be in the shadows. He's trying to do the right thing. He's lost someone very dear to him with Pop, so he's trying to do right by that. And you feel all of that boiling under the surface the whole time. What about you, Ryan?
Man,
it's hard.
It's really hard. I really loved, and I know we're going to talk about them a lot more later, but Misty Knight and MARIAH Dillard, both of them, you know, like breaking out, and those aren't characters that are as well known as Luke.
Right.
Misty has a bigger history, but the two of them, they just exploded off of the screen. People are such huge fans of both of them, especially Misty.
I mean, I live for Misty Knight. We're going to talk about her definitely more later in the show, but I'm very excited to see, you know, after Defenders, how she's going to deal with the loss of her arm and how that's going to come to be and what that might mean. We've heard some teases about Colleen, and their relationship is really important in the comic book, so I'm excited to see how that may or may not pan out in the show.
It's pretty great. Let's before we.
No
I don't want to
spoilers.
spoil nothing more, but I was thinking about it too. There's the scene in it's like 5 or 6 where we get Luke in Seagate. So it's the flashback episode.
Yes.
We really get to see him and his origins. And I love that because it's a very different time in Luke's life. He's a very different person. Like he gets beat up pretty badly before he goes through his changes.
And it's so tragic. I mean, in which just the betrayal of his best friend, but it's also so close to the comic book history, which I think is really exciting to see. We see shades in that flashback. We see shades in the comic introduced side by side with Luke Cage's first appearance in that comic. So it's really cool to see how much that origin story really brought this entire series to life, and what a cool way that they put it all together.
Yeah, totally. So while I want to keep talking about this, I know Angelique is on the carpet. She's wheeling and dealing and whining and dining. She is being amazing out there. Let's see what's going on with Angelique.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going really great. Thank you so much, Rain and Ryan. We are so excited. Some of our first cast members have gotten here. We're really excited that Curtis Cook is here, who plays Peter Stokes, who is definitely going to be really key and pinnacle some of the backstory of the Stokes family in the upcoming season, as well as Danny Johnson, who plays Ben Donovan, who is Mariah Dillard's lawyer. We're really excited. They are over there at press getting their photos taken, being amazing and phenomenal as more cast and crew get here. In the meantime, I know you guys are over there talking about your favorite moments from season 1, and I know you're kind of teasing out season 2, but we're going to go ahead and toss it back over to you, Lorraine and Ryan, to talk a little bit more about what fans are excited about for season 2 and all of their amazing questions.
So many questions. Also, I'm so excited to see everybody. You know, it's funny because behind Angelique, we can't see as much of the carpet, but it's always just crackling with energy. You know, right now everybody's over in the photo pit modeling for the camera, so I'm excited to see them come on down the carpet. You know,
I hope someone's out there just voguing it up. That's what I would be doing.
Yes, voguing. Yeah. Always bring it back to voguing. Always. Okay, so season 1 into season 2. What are some other key moments? How about this? You mentioned Mariah Dillard kind of stepping it up and coming into her own. That's definitely going to affect season 2. And also, speaking of Shades and Seagate, Shades and Mariah. Can we talk about it? Don't spoil, Ryan. So don't you do it.
Here's the thing. I want to talk about it so much. Why haven't you guys watched the show yet?
Because it's not live until tomorrow, Ryan.
But
not everyone's Ryan Penagos.
That's fine. It's great though. I've had a bunch of people come by my desk all day long, and I've just been watching episodes of Marvel's Luke Cage season 2, just being like, shh, go away. I want to watch this.
Here's a way for you guys to feel a little bit better that you haven't got to watch season 2 yet. This is the season 2 trailer of Marvel's Luke Cage, so you guys can check that out right now, right here on the live stream, and you'll be getting just as good as Ryan.
Bulletproof to be a superhero. Black women have always had superpowers, turning pain into progress. Harlem doesn't need a hero. It needs a queen.
Ready or not, here I come.
I want to bring miracles to Harlem. All of this could be yours. I can be the mother you always wanted me to be.
Ready or not, here I come.
Guns.
Here I come.
That's where our money really comes from.
It's time to let the ghosts of the past die.
Mariah almost burned. I want to smell her flesh.
Yo, I play my enemies like a game of chess, yes.
Everything that belongs to Mariah
I hex you, voodoo.
should be mine.
Bushmaster will scorch Harlem to get to her.
You can't hide.
Harlem can only handle one devil at a time.
I'm done playing by the rules. I am who I am.
I know you. You can't be trusted.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Luke Cage is doing our dirty work for us.
Gonna find you and take it slowly.
My dark chocolate Boy Scout. Of course you're going to save me.
Ready or not,
You need me out there.
ready or not,
She won't stop.
ready or not, here I come.
You want me out there.
Ready or not.
Because without me, God help Harlem. God help us all.
Here I come.
I love that trailer.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's just Mariah just being like, this is what's going on.
That moment, Harlem can only handle one devil at a time. It's like, I mean, how exciting to see the different levels of what Harlem and Luke Cage is having to deal with at once. I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot in season 2.
Yeah.
But what's not tough is the music, which is so good.
How good is the music in that trailer even?
Yes.
I mean, amazing. And the showrunner, Cheo Hodari Coker, used to be a music journalist and has really put so much music into season 1 and season 2. In season 1, every song or every episode was based on a Gang Starr song.
Yeah.
And there were a number of musical acts in just about every episode that were really integral and spoke to the larger piece of that episode, which I think is so cool. So I'm excited to see how that happens in season 2, Ryan.
Yeah, well, before we get even into season 2, I'm gonna get real for a second.
Yeah.
I loved Gang Starr when I was a kid, but there were a couple particular songs that I really loved. So when we had Cheo come to the offices the most recent time, we were hanging out, we were talking, hugging, blah, 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 chitting about the show. And I said to him, I was like, look, love the show, love everything about it. Gang Starr's great. You didn't choose either of my favorite songs.
How
Mass
rude.
Appeal or X-Girl the Next Girl. And he's like, yeah. And so like on This Week in Marvel, which is one of the shows that I do, that the episode will be out this week, he actually talks about the process, picking the songs, how they related to the different episodes for Marvel's Luke Cage Season 1, and then talking a little bit about Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 and how the song titles are from Pete Rock and CL Smooth. So he's bringing that hip hop back to the comic world, back to the Marvel world in such cool ways.
Yeah, I love that. And there's going to be actual music performances tonight. Like, that's how integral all of this is. Faith Evans is going to be there. Jadakiss, Rakim, The Midnight Hour, KRS-One, DJ D-Nice is going to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge...
It's cool because, like, you watch a show, DJ D-Nice, he's in the show like half the season, right? Ali Shaheed Muhammad and Adrian Young, they are the Midnight Hour, but they're also the people who are making the music for
they're
the
the
season.
composers for the season.
Yeah, and it's maybe my favorite music for any of our shows or any of our things that we do. It's
wow,
real good.
Ryan.
The tone is so perfect, right?
Well, of course. I mean, of course, though, because Cheo this is his bread and butter.
Yeah, but like the two of them are in such sync when they're making the music and they're composing it, and you watch the scenes are stronger because of what they're doing with the different instruments and the different sounds, and especially when you get to some of the Bushmaster stuff. Bushmaster, his history, where he comes from, really plays a part in the way he fights, the way he talks, the way he moves about Harlem, New York City, the people he hangs out with, his family, all those things. It's really important to him, and so the music reflects all of that as well.
I love that so much. And of course, the show does take place in Harlem, just a few blocks north of here. And the show really delves so richly into Harlem's history. And I mean, it's all shot there.
Yeah.
I think it's great too. I heard today, actually, we're doing a piece with Theo Rossi, who plays Shades in an upcoming episode of Earth's Mightiest Show. But the cast really was close and hung out a lot up in Harlem.
Yeah.
Just chilling out.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
Well, like Bushmaster, the gentleman who plays Bushmaster, Mustafa Shakir, he's actually from Harlem.
Yeah.
And he was not just from Harlem, he was also a barber. So he knows the world. Yeah.
No, not Pops.
He's not Pops. He's alive. We're all good. Don't worry about it. Everybody calm down.
Pops.
Everything's fine. We're going to be okay.
Okay.
But I asked him, I was like, so how did that feel? Like when you were watching season 1, did that feel authentic to you? He was like, yeah, 100%. This was my neighborhood. This is where I'm come from. This felt right. And I thought that was so good to hear because, most of the world is not in New York City. They don't know what New York, what Harlem feels like, what it looks like, what it is. And the show does such a great job of getting to those details.
I know. I'm so excited, too, to see Mariah is such a part of life in Harlem, too. She's kind of like, has this old school gravitas of like, in New York, it's very common that like city council people have a lot of pull in their neighborhood, and it's very grassroots oriented in the city. And so I'm excited to see how her storyline really works into Harlem, because she's such a part of it.
Yeah, we're going to get to more discussions about Mariah and everything else, but we're going to go now to Angelique on the carpet with Danny Johnson.
Great. Hi, welcome back to the red carpet. I am here with Danny Johnson, who plays Ben Donovan on Marvel's Luke Cage. It is season 2. I am so excited. How are you feeling?
I feel super. I mean, the excitement level is through the roof. We're just crazy excited about what we've done.
Yeah.
We feel like we've really represented Netflix, Marvel, Cheo, our creator. I feel like we've really represented everyone very well. And the season is pure fire. I feel great.
So Ben Donovan seems to wiggle his way into a lot of places, just in general.
Yes.
You know, is there anything exciting? Are we seeing any changes for Ben this season?
Well, I think you'll find him as crafty as ever, and perhaps you'll see some surprises for sure. There's definitely history that we have. The Stokes, Mariah Stokes family, and the Donovans go well back. And so that history plays itself out throughout the course of the season. I think the surprises are there. I mean, I don't want to give away too much. I'm sorry, Marvel. Sorry.
I see, and we're really excited because we're actually here on a live stream. We have fans around the world who are watching right now.
What's up?
Hi. What was your favorite moment in filming season 2?
Well, Ben Donovan's character really builds throughout the course of the season. I make some appearances, and I think episode 2 is the first appearance that I make. And then there's some other appearances. But as we go through the season, I become more entrenched in the story. And the finale, shooting the finale was amazing. It was very intense work. And we had 4 or 5 14-hour days in a row. And the intensity level, working with ALFRE, working with Theo, working with Mike and Simone, at the very highest stakes, it was one of the most memorable experiences that I've ever had.
I see you giving that extremely spoiler-free answer, and I'm really excited, especially seeing that we are going to get to see you tonight, as there is going to be 2 episodes showing, and I'm not going to get in your way of that. I know there are a lot of more press that want to speak to you, but thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, and thank you, Internet. Thank you, everybody. Peace out.
All right, Lorraine and Ryan, I am so excited. Ben Donovan's character, it really is integral to the actual season. And he's right. Ben Donovan wiggles his way into a lot of places. We have a couple more people coming down the carpet. But before that, I'm going to toss it back over to y'all in Marvel HQ.
So Ben Donovan is Mariah's lawyer, and he's very busy. I will say that there's some stuff that he has to take care of in this season. But isn't Angelique a lawyer?
Angelique is a lawyer in real life.
I wanted her to get into New York State law with him. I wanted her to be like, yo, let's open up our books. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. But she didn't, which is fine, because she's more of a professional than I could ever be.
Well, there's even more going on the carpet right now. Justin SWAIN is making his way down right now. So they're just setting up for that. But let's talk a little bit more about Angelique and what's going on there. Hey, Angelique, how's it going over there?
We are so excited. Hey, guys. I am so excited because I am joined with Justin SWAIN, who plays Bailey in Marvel's Luke Cage.
Hi.
How excited are you?
I am so excited. This is amazing. I can't wait. I got a little sneak peek of one of the episodes about 3 or 4 days ago. It's amazing, and I can't wait to watch both of those first 2 episodes and then binge the whole series.
Well, your character in the show is just in the middle of all of the action, just doing, like, you get a new partner, right?
Yeah, there's a new face that joins. I don't think it's a secret now. It's Antonique Smith. She's amazing. It was incredible working with her. She comes into the department and kind of shakes things up, and I'm caught in the middle of things a little bit, and I got to deal with it. So it's kind of cool.
Well, I'm really excited to see your relationship evolve with Misty as she gets back to work. Is there anything that you felt was the most fun or your favorite part about filming season 2?
There's some episodes where things get pretty hairy, and Bailey gets out of the office and he gets in the field a little bit, and I get to be an outdoor cat, and it's fun to be an outdoor cat. So I'm looking forward to watching that and seeing how that shakes out in the later episodes.
Well, I am really excited to see more from Bailey and to see more of your character development in this new season. Thank you so much for being with us here on the red carpet, and
Thanks
congratulations on a season premiere.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. People better be ready. It's really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Lorraine, Ryan, I am so excited. Bailey's character is absolutely so much fun to see him toss between his new partner and his old partner in season 2, not to give any spoilers away. And we have a couple more folks coming down the red carpet, but before they get here, I know you guys have a little bit of you are two of the coolest people. You have a partner there back at Marvel HQ. Tell me how y'all are doing, how everything is going. I know you are looking at the interwebs and looking at everyone who's watching, and we will be right back over here. But before that, we're going to go back to Marvel HQ.
Thank you, Angelique. I'm just excited to see him become an outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Is that canon?
That's my favorite description of what someone does in a TV show ever.
Right?
Like, it's my favorite thing. Like, I want to see all the outdoor cats, that whatever they're doing. It's so much fun. His character too. There's one scene in one of the episodes where, and this doesn't give anything too crazy away. There's someone in the precinct and they're singing, and it just like causes all kinds of weird feelings for different people. It's a funny scene, and he is really caught in the middle. He's the comedy in that scene.
Well, I think we have even more people coming down the carpet right now with Angelique. She's just getting set up. I'm not sure who's there with her, but I'm sure that it's some fabulous star of the show or creative behind the scenes. So let's check in with her over there right now. Hey, Angelique. How's it going?
Hi, Lorraine. It is going great. I am so excited because I am joined by one of my favorite characters from Marvel's Luke Cage, Priscilla, who also gets which is played by Karen Pittman. Just to be clear, she does have a real name. She is a real person. But I'm really excited because this season, your character gets a little bit of a promotion, right?
True. Thank you, Angelique. You're very kind. Yes, she does. She gets a promotion. She comes in and is still leading the cause, but supporting Misty through her story and leading Blue. Do you know? Priscilla Ridley is all the way to the bone. She is a cop, and she represents the New York City Police Department, which do a lot of great work here in New York City. So it's a real joy to play her. I love her a lot.
What I really love is that there's a reality to her, right? She's a soror. She's in the show. She does represent a sorority that I will not say on air. But I think that's such a realness to her character. I'm also a member of sorority, and I think that's something that folks can really invest into the character. How did you really prepare to play that role? Is there anything in particular that you did?
You know, what I love about Priscilla Ridley is that she brings the light. She comes in and leads Detective Knight in the pursuit of taking care of and protecting and serving the people of New York City. And I think there are a lot of unsung heroes in the police department. I think Chea Hodari Coker takes on that storytelling about what it's like to be a woman working hard on a police force in a male-dominated community and environment. I'm really proud to tell her story because there's so many African-American women who work very, very hard in doing the thing that we do. And I know Priscilla, I know Misty, I know all of the women that we play on Luke Cage, and I'm very, very happy that we get to represent them. I was just saying that Cheo does not write a weak woman. He can't do it. It doesn't matter if she's Asian or white or African American. He writes a strong woman for us to see on camera, and I think that's really important.
I am really excited to see what happens with Priscilla, and I am really excited about this evening. Thank you so much. We are actually on live stream, so you were talking directly live worldwide to Marvel fans out there watching.
Thank you for watching. We love you.
So thank you so much. And there are other people who want to talk to you, so I'm not going to hog your time. And we'll see you later at the premiere.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
I am so excited that we have a couple of folks coming down from cast and crew. Slowly but surely. Hi! Hey, Carbone family. I'm excited now. We are so excited to have Annabella Shakora with us. Shiora with us. You know, I appreciate you for appreciating all the amazing things. But what I didn't forget is how bad your character is in this new, and by bad I mean good, in this new season. So tell me, like, she is just fierce and amazing, and she's now leading her family's organization. What did you do in preparation for getting ready for this kind of role?
Well, you know, Rosalie is, she's a crime boss. She's really confident, and she is a crime boss in a crime world that is sexist and underestimates and doesn't understand the cunning and the power of women.
Yeah.
And I talked to Cheo a lot about that, because that's what he just wanted her to be really confident, and I don't know. I think I have a little bit of that swagger myself, so I didn't really have to go and hang out with some mobsters to figure it out.
Is there any moment that you are particularly looking forward to fans seeing on screen?
For me, you mean? I am, but I'm not going to say it right now.
Everyone's doing a really good job on keeping the spoilers tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious. There's something that happens, and I'm curious. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm curious how it comes across.
I'm really excited that you are really excited. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
I'm a huge fan of the show, even before Cheo reached out to me.
Oh, wow.
It was like, when they say, like, you make something happen by just thinking it's so hard, I think that's what happened. I kept thinking to myself, like, I know they can fit an Italian-American mob crime boss in here, and that's what happened.
And then you were. You manifested your own role.
I totally manifested it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, and I know the fans are really appreciative, and they are going to love your role.
I think so, too. Thank you.
You have a great night.
Thank you so much.
We are joined now. Hi. I am so excited. Angelique.
Kevin Mom.
Pleasure to meet you. You are now talking live to all of our fans for around the world.
We are all so excited.
Yes, it's going to be an amazing night. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
What I'm looking most forward to tonight is really watching how strong this ensemble is, how second season really delves into family.
Yeah.
It's a much stronger season than one in that way, so it's much bigger. And we're starting to play with the diaspora.
Yeah.
I'm always playing all the Africans and Broadway and Fela and all that other stuff, but to be able to come in on a Caribbean tone and really fill that out is really cool.
And you really, in the show, do have this very strong family role. You have this role that's it's conflicted because it's fighting for legacy. It's fighting for bringing back something that truly feels like it belongs to family. What do you think fans are going to be most surprised about in delving into different parts of the African diaspora?
I think the one thing that I was very grateful to Cheo for is that Sheldon and Bushmaster, not only are they brothers, but they feel that they have a right to this. These are not one-dimensional villains. They have as much a right to this and as much a right to Harlem as anybody else.
Yeah, and I love it. And Bushmaster is going to be our new, and I wouldn't really call him a bad guy, our new antagonist for this season. And we're really excited with the addition of John McIntyre, and I'm really excited to see how it goes. Is there one particular thing that you feel like was challenging in filming this new season of Marvel's Luke Cage?
Well, with a show of this kind of breadth, you always have to keep your eye on the ball in terms of the quiet stuff and the really human moments, and then all the really big, beautiful, fun, amazing stuff, which Marvel is amazing at. So you have to really watch it. You can't switch them both. Right. and you have to keep your eye on the ball. And I think we really filled those lines in well.
Well, I am really excited about tonight. I'm really excited about the premiere. I know fans are excited to see it drop tomorrow exclusively on Netflix. Thank you so much for talking to us this evening.
Thank you so much as well. See you guys.
We are really excited. The cast and crew keep coming. Next up, we are really excited to have Antonique Smith, who plays Nandi. Hi.
How are you?
You look phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
I see us with the hair.
Oh yes, you swoop to the side.
Swoop to the side.
Is this our brand? Is this both of us?
This is our brand. This
Yes,
is what we're
this is
doing
our
tonight.
brand, yes.
So you are a new part of the cast.
I am.
You are a new character, and you are going to be more or less. I hate to say replacing Misty with her partner. But tell us a little bit about how you prepared to be an NYPD officer.
Well, honestly, I researched what they do to get into the academy or really pass through the academy, and I trained like it. I did, a little boot camp, and you gotta get into it.
Just a little something for
and
the
my
action
character
scene.
used to play basketball, so I did, I just got into that. Sometimes just kind of going through the motions of what your character does, it kind of makes it feel more natural to you when you talk about it. So me and Misty knew each other from high school.
Yeah, because there's a basketball rivalry. Not to do any spoilers, but
we weren't besties,
No, there's clearly not a friendly relationship between you both.
No, not at all. She fell off her high horse though when she lost her arm in the Defender. So
I see a rivalry going on here. So, what was your favorite part about filming Marvel's Luke Cage season 2?
You know what? The environment was just warm and loving. I mean, although we have a lot of craziness going on in the story, the environment was the most loving environment I've ever shot in. And I'd like to attribute things like that to the head. Cheo is such a warm and loving person, and he's chosen to bring a group of people together, not just super talented, but super warm and loving people. It was amazing. Like, we all were so happy to come to work every day, and we were all sad when it was over.
So, last question. Is there one moment that you feel like was your favorite moment on set?
My favorite moment on set? That's a good question. I'm like literally going through the episodes in my mind. That's kind of a spoiler. There's some kind of hectic stuff that happens in episode 8. That was fun for me, yes.
Episode 8 was a good episode.
Thank you, yes.
Well, thank you so much, Antonique. It has been absolutely a pleasure. I know I'm looking forward to the upcoming season, and congratulations.
Thank you. Love y'all.
So we are so excited because next up, oh my God, we are going to toss it back, but you are going to be so excited about our next guest here on the red carpet. But before we get to our next guest, Lorraine and Ryan, I'm going to toss it back to you at Marvel HQ.
Angelique is good with the teasers.
Yes,
that was
she is.
Excellent. She's like, she knows how to do it Marvel style.
Right? Also, I have to say, Antonique Smith.
Throwing shade.
At Misty Knight. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. I mean, Misty is bae, but
yes,
I'm excited to see that rivalry ramp up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's really good. Karen Pittman was talking about just, being in the NYPD and playing those characters and living in New York City. That's our police force. It is such a diverse police force. I know the officers in my neighborhood. I see them come around, different faces, different genders, different races, different walks of life. It's wonderful, and that really is represented here in the show.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that was so beautifully put of how much heart she put into it. But I do know Angelique teased a great guest coming up, and it sounds like he's headed over there right now with Angelique. Mustafa Shakir. Let's check in with Angelique. Hey, Angelique, you have somebody special there? Oh, it looks like they're over there getting all set up.
Look at that hat.
I mean, you got
Hey, Angelique.
Right? Exactly right.
There they are.
Hi, welcome back. I am so excited. I am joined by Mustafa Shakir, who plays Bushmaster, a.k.a. John McIntyre. Like, all the things. I am just... were the best kept surprise of Marvel's Luke Cage season 2. How are you feeling about being the new kid on the block for Marvel's Luke Cage?
I mean, it's feeling wonderful. It's a great way to break in. Bushmaster is an amazing character. I feel very honored to play him for multiple reasons. So yeah, it's a good homecoming for me, coming back to Harlem as a Harlem boy, you know what I mean, to a Harlem show. Yeah, it's nice. I feel good.
So we've seen some of the teasers of the fight scenes. That was basically your introduction to the world. I know there are a lot of fans out there right now who are watching live who are curious about how you physically prepared to be Bushmaster.
I'm a real physical guy, you know what I mean? I work out 6 days a week, 7. Sometimes if I'm hard-headed, I don't give myself rest. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to push the limits physically because that like corresponds to mental, limits being pushed. For this particular one, like we did some choreography sessions. We taped them. I went home and I just did them over and over again till the muscle memory is good. Get on set, make whatever adjustments, and then, the rest is history.
Speaking of repetition, I hear that you did a lot of studying for your Jamaican accent. You did a lot of research. You watched some very, very, very classic movies. Is there one particular thing that you feel stuck out the most that helped you prepare for your accent and for your role?
I did watch The Harder They Come like 1,000 times. In my sleep, awake, on my head. I did it. You know what I mean? It's a great study. But funny enough, Naya Bingi music, which is like Jamaican gospel, some about just like the rhythm of that gets in your belly, and it's just real easy to feel what Jamaica represents. You know what I mean?
Well, that's incredible. I am really excited that we're going to have an expansion of the diaspora in the show. I'm really excited about all the stuff that's going to be happening in Brooklyn. And I'm really excited to see what happens between Bushmaster and Luke. It's just going to be great. Like, I'm really excited. And I know fans out there are really excited as well. So thank you so much. I know there are a lot of folks who want to talk to you. And congratulations.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, everybody.
So that was Bushmaster, but before we are so excited. We're going to be joined right now by executive producer and showrunner Cheo Hadari Coker. Cheo,
hey.
It's good to see you again.
I know, like time flies.
Long time no see. How are you feeling?
Nervous. I mean, I'm always nervous when it comes to red carpet, when it comes to, really, the thing that really makes me the most nervous is when I'm on stage thanking everybody, because everyone's like, hurry up, let's forget about that. You want to thank as many people as you can, but you always forget somebody, and that's my greatest fear, is making people not feel appreciated, because, being a showrunner is like being a quarterback. When things are going great, you get too much of, the applause. When things are going bad, you get too much of the blame, because it really is a team effort. I'm only good because Mike and Simone and ALFRE and Theo and Mustafa and everybody else make me and make our show look good. And then in addition to that, everyone puts in their 110, 115%, and that's why the show is the quality that it is.
Wow. And we've seen that in every single person who's come on the carpet tonight. Every single person has mentioned how amazing it is to work with you, how you do a family atmosphere. But we've got fans watching right now out there live who are excited about the drop tomorrow exclusively on Netflix of Marvel Luke Cage Season 2. What should fans be looking forward to?
Drama, action, some coffee here and there. I just really, I don't want Cindy and Ted and Reed to get mad at me, but I'm really hoping that we break Netflix again, and so we got to do it. I mean, so tell everybody that it's important, that around the world that everybody watches, 3 o'clock on the East Coast, midnight on the West Coast. Creo que es muy importante que todo el mundo, está admirando a Luke Cage, porque es especial, es increíble.
I am so excited now because he just went bilingual on the red carpet. Thank you so much, Cheo. I know you are on your way in. There's going to be 2 episodes playing tonight, and then there are going to be a couple music performances.
Oh, so we are showing 2?
That's what I've been told.
Oh, man, because usually I was told they're going to show 1, but they're showing 2. That, it's on. That's dope. I'm happy about that. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Cheo.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
No, thank you. I mean, I'm just so appreciative of everybody that's watching this. And, yeah, break that shit again.
You heard him. Tomorrow, it's going to drop exclusively on Netflix. Oh, I am so excited.
Hi, how are
are you?
We are joined on the red carpet by Jeff Loeb. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We're here at the Luke Cage premiere. Just couldn't be happier.
So we are going to see a new evolution in the world of Marvel's Luke Cage. We're going to see a new evolution of Harlem. We're going to see a new evolution of Luke himself and all the characters. Is there an overall theme of how this particular season is going to fit in the larger Marvel universe?
I think what we're doing with a lot of the second season shows, particularly on Netflix, is that if the first season was meet our hero, get to know him or her, then the second year tends to be about what it is to be a hero. What's the cost of that? And in the Marvel universe, as we know, you just don't get a free ride. And so the people react accordingly. What Luke is going to have to go through just in the court of public opinion. And then he's got Mariah coming against him. He's got Bushmaster coming against him. I think what we're going to find is what the show does best. It's great characters, great drama, but at the same time that Marvel humor and big action.
Is there anything that you are most looking forward to? I know you've seen the entire season at this point, but is there something that you feel is like the most exciting or your favorite moment in the show?
I mean, there's so many. First of all, Mike Coulter, I could watch read the phone book. So the fact that he's there for 13 hours and just, being the hero that you really want him to be. He looks like he walked out of a Marvel comic, and he's that great a guy. Simone Missick, who plays Misty Knight, love. We had some surprises with maybe Colleen Wing dropping by and a little Daughters of the Dragon action. So Marvel fans will dig that. And in the same token, Danny Rand may be coming by and we get a little Heroes for Hire action going on. But then on top of that, to have somebody of the caliber of ALFRE Woodard, Mustafa, who people may not know, but once they see him as Bushmaster, he's going to be the guy. Theo Rossi's story as Shades is incredibly dangerous and at the same time. A little bit of a spoiler, kind of heartbreaking. So I think we'll see that along the way. And then just the way the story's been interwoven and the best stories that Marvel can tell is that you're not really sure who to root for. And I think that's what makes Bushmaster such an interesting antagonist. We don't even call him a villain.
You know what? I literally just said the same thing talking to Mustafa. I was like, it's not really an antagonist, and so the other thing that's really unique about Marvel's Luke Cage is that it's got an amazing soundtrack. Is there anything in particular fans should be looking forward to? Because I know season 1 was amazing. What are your thoughts on season 2?
I think we top it. But look, when you've got Cheo Coker, whose background comes from places like Rolling Stone magazine and knows more about music than almost anybody in the room, so when he just starts going, we need this guy, we need this guy, we need this guy, we just went and tried to get as many bands as we could. And what's nice is that it's actually tied into the story. They're not just all of a sudden you're cutting away or it's a music video for no reason. And again, that's one of the things that makes Luke Cage different from our other shows, is that it is a show that's powered by music. And that, I think, is something that we can be really proud of.
Well, I'm really excited. I know the fans out there who are watching live right now around the world are extremely excited. Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 dropping tomorrow exclusively on Netflix.
You can watch that show anywhere you are. If you have a television set, a computer, a phone, you have no excuse.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yes, sir. Well, you just heard from Jeff Loeb, who is head of Marvel TV. But before we get to the next thing, I am so excited that we are going to have one of my favorite actresses. I'm so excited to have the ALFRE Woodard here on the red carpet tonight. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm great. I'm excited. I'm exhausted. We all hung out last night, about 25 of us.
Well, you had a reason to celebrate.
Well, you know what? We hadn't seen each other since December when we left. and we really are like family. And so we were loud, and a lot of them complained because I chose to host a dinner at a vegan restaurant. So good. And we have just about 4 or 5 vegans, and the vegans are always trying to pick around all the foods that we have to find something they can eat. So I said, no, we all eating vegan tonight.
You're going to be fair. You're going to be fair
Yeah.
to the vegans. And as a person who eats partially vegan, I appreciate you for doing that.
And it was some slamming vegan, and I was happy to introduce them to it.
So this season, at the end of last season, Mariah's on top. Like, Mariah has now taken her seat on top. We get that little peck of a kiss from Shays at the end, but in the
lip bite. Lip bite. That was a harbinger of things to come.
You heard it right here. There's going to be more. I'm not even going to get to my question, which is going to ask about Sparks, but there is clearly going to be more. But the thing about Mariah is that we get to see more of her. We get to see more of her background. We get to see more of what she does, who she is, and then see how she deals with being literally being the backbone of Harlem. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're excited about the evolution of Mariah?
Well, I knew her all along. So, I mean, that's why I signed up, because she appeared to be one thing on the surface, but, it's just layered all the way down. So that's why I wanted to bring that character to life that Cheo wrote so beautifully, because no one is uncomplicated. Some of us are like stupid complicated, but we don't get to discover that and explore that a lot on screen. So I jumped at the chance, but I knew where I had to go, and I knew how to get there.
Well, we have fans that are watching worldwide right now who are so excited about tomorrow's drop.
Oh my God, you guys, you will not be disappointed. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Just skip work. It's okay. And yeah, even the people that I don't binge watch, but this one you'll have to binge watch it.
If ALFRE Woodard
waiting for 3 hours as soon as you're done.
ALFRE Woodard says it, you do it. And we have one fan question that I want to pose because I kind of want to know myself. So, Mariah, she's a hero, she's an anti-hero, she's a good person, she's a bad person. Like, is she just a character that's got a good heart and loves Harlem and just wants to do good?
She is a woman that is unapologetic. She's a woman that walks the world like a young male, entitled, focused on self, but just because you focus on yourself doesn't mean that you can't bring other people along with you. So yes, she wants to preserve the legacy of Harlem. The reason she's on top is that her family has a legacy there, and she is taking up her role as part of the continuum. So she is, she's somebody you want to know, but it's somebody you don't want to cross.
I don't think I could have. After seeing season 2, I don't think I could have said that any better than the woman who basically helped bring her to life. Thank you so much. I know you have people who want to talk to you, but we appreciate you. I know the Marvel fans really appreciate you, and I know they're going to love getting to know more about Mariah.
You guys
Dillard.
Have fun. We so appreciate you. Have fun while we do it. Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you
darling.
so much.
Sure.
Y'all just heard from Mariah Dillard, a.k.a. Mariah Stokes, a.k.a. basically in this next season, one of the most developed, complex characters you're going to be able to see in Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2. And we are just so excited here on the red carpet. Y'all, we've got more cast, more crew, more creatives coming down the line, and the buzz is just getting louder and louder as we get closer and closer to the premiere.
Yeah.
Lorraine and Ryan, while we are getting ready for our next cast person, I know y'all are over there enjoying this live stream just as much as the fans are. Can you let me know what you're most excited about back at Marvel HQ?
Okay.
Well,
there's so much to talk about right now. I've been gripping.
I know.
Every interview has been so good.
Can I just say?
Talk.
When Cheo Hodari Coker said that there would be coffee, I screamed so audibly that our executive producer, Sarah Amos, walked into the room to check and make sure I was okay.
Yeah. So good.
So good.
Everybody talks about how important Cheo is. And you think about, no one has to like bring him up every interview. They do it naturally. They do it authentically because they love working with him. The work is so good. The characters are so strong. The story is so good. And he's so genuinely wonderful. Anytime somebody meets him, they're like, yo, he was great. Every time. I love Cheo so much.
Well, and it was so exciting, too, to hear Jeff Loeb talk about Cheo. And it's like, yeah, if Cheo says, hey, let's do this thing, you do this thing.
Yes.
Because he knows it all. If he says he knows music, he has the guy or the gal, you choose that person because he's brilliant. I mean, he really is.
Yeah. He had some great stuff that he was talking about. The music, that's really exciting.
Jeff Loeb talking about my favorite, Daughters of the Dragon.
Yeah, so I'm
all
glad.
Day, every day.
I'm glad Jeff brought it up, so I didn't have to be the one to say anything. But I definitely watched a scene with Colleen and Misty earlier today, and I was just like, by myself watching it, like, you know, I want to watch that again. It's so good.
Well, okay, so everyone in this office knows that I have been working on a book, and they are part of that book that is coming later. But writing that section about them and delving into the story between Colleen Wing and Misty Knight and their relationship and how formative it is for both women and how it truly changes both of their lives. It's like #feels. So many feels. I'm just so excited to see it.
Heck yeah. Mustafa Shakir, that I liked seeing him talk about things. He and I, we have a good conversation. One of the fun things about him, you see it a little bit in like the trailers, he does a little bit of capoeira, like the fighting style.
Bit, yeah. He smacks down Luke Cage in the face, which you can see in an exclusive clip on our Smightiest show that's on YouTube later tonight.
Yeah, you're going to have to check that out and look for the interview on This Week in Marvel. But we are going to go back to Angelique on the carpet. She is just rocking and rolling, doing so much cool stuff. Angelique, it's now back to you with your next interview. What's going on?
Welcome back to the red carpet at Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 premiere. We are so excited because I am joined here on the carpet with Thomas Q. Jones, who plays Comanche, who's a blast from Shades' past in this season.
Yes, Comanche and Shades in the comic book were best friends growing up, and they were part of the Rivals gang with Diamondback, Stryker, Luke Cage. And we were in prison with Luke Cage. We were the ones that actually beat him up and put him in the infirmary when he got his powers. So now my characters are out. I'm out of prison. I'm on the streets, and me and Shades are getting in trouble again. So,
well, I am really excited to see this relationship develop. I know there is a lot of conflict. No spoilers out there for the fans, but the fans are actually out there watching live, and they're really excited. So thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much. I think the fans are in for a real treat. Season 1 was great. Season 2 is even better. Check for Shades and Comanche. It's a pretty interesting situation. The whole season is incredible, though. So thanks for all the support. It's an incredible, incredible journey. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Thank you, and congrats again.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank
Pleasure.
you. Thank you.
So that was Thomas Q. Jones, who plays Comanche. So we are really excited. And so I am so... Oh my goodness. Hi, this dress is just everything. I am joined on the carpet by the Rosario Dawson.
Live, right?
Yes, we are live right now to Marvel fans all around the world. I adore you. And you play Claire. I don't think anyone who loves anything out of Marvel's Defenders, Marvel's Jessica Jones, Marvel's Daredevil could not know your amazing role as being the caretaker of superheroes. So there's a relationship that's been brewing between Luke Cage and Claire. Are we in for some more of that in this season?
I think you're definitely going to explore a lot of what their relationship is and sort of their relationship to themselves and what they're doing out in the greater world. This has been a long journey for everybody for a really long time, and it's been really challenging and scary and confronting and empowering and inspiring and beautiful. And, I think for her especially, it's got to be really rewarding to know that she's such a strong part of the story of all of these adventures and these incredible inroads that are being made within the city that she loves. And she cares for people. She wants to heal people. She wants to take care of people, and she's helping do that by helping them. But it's also really, it's a lot with privacy. It's a lot with having, that kind of level of responsibility. And it's a lot to kind of also feel like there's no manual or rule book to it, and are you really helping? I think that's always sort of that question. So I love how serious some of the questions that are explored in this, all of these different stories have been. And I love being able to bring a character into the conversation that represents more of our everyday man or woman, and what our contribution is, even if we're not bulletproof, that there is still our time, our money, our energy, our love, especially our love, can make such a huge impact in the people around us and the community around us. And I love being a part of that reflection.
Speaking of love, at the end of Marvel's Defenders, you were dealing with some conflicts.
Yes.
You may have lost one or two people, and we find Claire really battling with that and dealing with that. Will we see some of the development of how that process is throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that therein lies a lot of the challenges and sort of the space. It's been 5 different shows, and she's kind of really and put herself into a lot of crazy situations, and I think she's really kind of considering what her choices have been and what she wants to choose for herself going forward, because it's been very reactionary, I think, for a really long time. And someone like her, who's as measured as she is, that's not necessarily the safest, more comfortable place for her to be, and that's important to go past her comfort zone. But I also think there is something to that self-care, and that's a huge part of our conversation, I think, in so many communities right now. So hard hit is really having healing and self-care be a big part of it. So I love that it gets explored a little bit in this one.
Well, if there's one thing that you want to tell the fans out there who are watching right now to look forward to in this season, whether it's the music, whether it's, part of your character, what would it be? Just one thing.
The casting in this is outrageous, and that's why the music, everything, the storytelling is just masterful in this one. The season's really, really, really powerful, and I really hope it encourages people to really look at all the different parts of themselves, good, bad, and ugly.
Well, I am really excited. Thank you so much for joining us on Red Carpet. Have a great night.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
So we are really excited that we are joined on the carpet by I am so excited.
My best friend.
So you are live out there with the entire Marvel universe watching you, and I'm going to let you know that this suit right here was dedicated to Misty Knight.
Was it now?
It was.
I'm glad that you dedicated this suit to Misty Knight.
It was.
Because it looks fantastic.
As do you.
Thank you. We're both in our red suits.
We are. We did this. But I don't want to neglect, you are not here by yourself.
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
I'm here with my
it's real
enemy.
hard to notice.
So that the fans out there know, you were joined on the carpet right now by Simone Missick and Dorian Missick, who, surprise, are both going to be in Marvel Luke Cage Season 2. I know this is a really tight-kept secret for a while.
Yeah, we had to sit on it for like a year. Right. But we got a lot of secrets, so that ain't really that hard. A lot of things going on in our house that y'all don't know about.
Yeah, I don't know about that dark room. I'm in for photography, for developing film.
Yes, for all of the artwork that you do on the side. Yeah. So Misty is going to go through some things in this season, and you are now coming off of Marvel Defenders. Misty does not have an arm, as she has had a career-ending injury. What did you do to train for this role? Because it couldn't have been easy.
I did a lot of research on people who have lost their limbs unexpectedly. I watched a lot of documentaries just to understand not only the physical journey, but the emotional journey. And specifically, the Boston Marathon survivors were the ones that inspired me the most. People who were at the top, the peak of their lives, athletically and physically, and to have that ripped away, is so traumatic. So it was a great jumping off point for Missy this season.
Absolutely. And also, y'all spoiled it. I didn't spoil it. For the record, Dorian, you're going to be playing Cockroach, who is not new to Misty Knight's world, but is going to be new to Marvel Luke Cage's world. Is there anything that you can tell us about your character?
Yeah, he's not a very nice guy. Yeah. But he's a lovable villain. Yeah. I loved him. Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on that. But besides the secret, was there anything, and this question is for both of you, that you found was most challenging about doing this season?
Yeah, you go first.
I just don't like being mean to my wife. I don't like watching nobody be mean to my wife. I have a real problem with that. So there were times, I'm sure when I'm watching this, I'm going to watch my character and be very upset with myself. I don't know how that's going to work, but I don't like that.
That's a lot of conflict you're dealing with.
Yeah. For me, it was the arm. You know, first it was not having the arm, literally having to fight with one arm tied behind my back and still whoop ass in our bar fight scene with Colleen Weem, which is amazing.
It is.
Bringing the Daughters of the Dragon together. But then once I got the prosthetic arm, then it was like an extra 3-pound monkey on my shoulder every day. I had to have 2 people put it on me. I had to have baby powder to take it off. Like, it was a lot. So, you know, here's to upgrades. Let's see some upgrades.
Here's some amazing upgrades, and I am really looking forward to the fans' reactions to the brand new season of Marvel's Luke Cage. Thank y'all so much.
So much, sis. This was great.
We will see you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so excited that next we are joined by the man himself, by Hernan Shades Alvarez, Theo Rossi. Yeah.
Hi.
Well, thank you, sir. You look pretty good
No,
yourself
you know.
there. I see you with your tie.
No, I just rolled out.
You just rolled out. You woke up like this?
Came from the gym.
Sir, you're not even glistening.
No, I just came from the
So you
court.
are live out here with all of the Marvel fans who are so excited about Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2. Shades has got a much more pivotal role in this season. We've already had a tease from ALFRE Woodard that there's going to be some more sparks. How is this going to develop in Season 2?
I'm thinking of my answers because it doesn't come out till tonight. Shady Mariah is in full effect. It is. It's
full shade.
There's just nothing like it on television. You know, I try to tell people and and they go, oh, but there really isn't at all. Combining like culture and hip hop and the history of Harlem and New York City and legendary actresses like ALFRE Woodard, who had just mentioned him. KRS-One's walking around, and Ali Shaheed Muhammad did the mute, and Adrian Young. It's like and the actors who've been like grinders and people. There's nothing like it. The stories to develop. It's a true ensemble that we literally go back and see history and backstory of every character. Why is Shades there? Where did he come from? What do we know about his past? And then there's a couple of things that happened this season that nobody has dared to touch on television, especially in the MCU. And to me, we take chances. And that's what makes us authentic, and that's why there's nothing like it on television, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
So I know folks out there are wondering about how Shades' character is going to develop. Is there one thing you can tell us that you think fans are going to be surprised about in Shades' character before the season is over?
His past, his history, where he is, maybe why he is the way he is, maybe why he's so complicated. Maybe, his relationships and how he's built and where he comes from. And I think that we learn all of that, and I think it makes for an incredibly interesting character because we have to say, because we're in a superhero world, that there's heroes and villains, but really the villains aren't the villains. They're the heroes of their own story. And they're there for a reason. And we see that with Bushmaster, and we see that with Mariah, and we definitely see that with Shades. So to me, these guys are just existing, especially these girls and Mariah, and we really just get to learn a lot about them, and then we'll let the audience make their judgments of who's the hero and who's the villain.
Well, I know the audience is really looking forward to tomorrow's drop of all 13 episodes exclusively on Netflix. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I am so excited that we are about to be joined on the carpet by one of my favorite singers, and I am just absolutely amazing. She is back for another season of Marvel's Luke Cage, Faith Evans. You look phenomenal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Checking out your little ensemble.
Thank you so much. I'm checking. I like the blonde.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you are back for another season of Marvel's Luke Cage, and we are going to be hearing your amazing voice. What was we are actually live out here with fans right now in the Marvel world, and I'm sure they're curious, what was your favorite part about filming? I mean, you've been in both seasons, so just pick a season.
Well, this season was a little easier because I had Jadakiss with me and we got to perform together. And the first season, I had to actually re-record the entire record. They were real meticulous. Like Ali and them kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong, that kind of hooked me up a few extra days in New York. But I actually had to go in and re-record the song to perform it. So it was a little bit more work first season, which I love work though.
So tell us a little bit. There are a lot of live scenes, like live music scenes. They're not actually live, but there are a lot of live music scenes. Are you, besides your own performance, who are you most looking forward to of seeing in the final?
KRS-One.
Word.
I haven't seen him perform in like a very, very long time. Yeah, KRS-One.
Well, congratulations on yet another season. Thank you so much, and I am so looking forward to seeing the final. Hi. So I am really excited. The next person we're going to have in the carpet is one of my most favorite sheroes, star of herself, but also a director and the director of the first episode of Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2, Lucy Liu.
How are you?
I am so good. Your hair looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, we shouldn't be focusing on hair. We should also be focusing on the fact you directed the first episode. It was amazing.
Thanks. I had an incredible time working on it, and it was really a privilege to be stepping into those shoes. And they said that I was the first woman to direct on Luke Cage, which I was really shocked about.
So this is your night. Folks are going to see this for the first time. A lot of folks who were in it who haven't seen it yet. What are you most excited about with them seeing this episode?
I think that the character has evolved, and I think there's a looseness with the way that we film this that allows the actors to really work together. And there's a really great chemistry between them, and which I wanted to keep when we were working together. And so I don't do a lot of cuts. I keep them together in the same frame quite a bit. And I like that because I think when actors work together and they're on, they really it sort of elevates the material.
So you have the privilege of doing the first introductory scene back in Harlem. This is Luke back in his element. It is a new day. This is after Defenders. Was there any inspiration in particular that you had in how you were directing this particular episode?
I really took what was there in the writing and what they had last year in the season and sort of tried to bring those elements in and then create something more visceral with the action so that the audience felt like they were really a part of that. And I think that that is a really important element because when somebody is bulletproof, what's their kryptonite? What can you do to find their weakness? Otherwise, it's not very engaging. And so we sort of try to, on the first episode, to bring out elements from the heart, to make him vulnerable in that sense, which I think helps balance that out.
Well, I know that I'm looking forward to seeing episode 1 again. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's reactions. I know the fans out there are looking forward to seeing it tomorrow exclusively on Netflix. Thank you so much for joining us here on the carpet, and have a great night.
I'm going to have a great night. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure. Oh, I am so excited that we have got Sugar himself on the carpet. Come on. How are you? You are live out there with Marvel fans.
What's going on, guys? How are you? You
They-
guys tuned in? Woo! Can't wait.
So we are really excited because we're going to get to see a lot more of Sugar this season. Can you tell us a little bit about the evolution, like how your character is going to evolve?
Well, you know I can't say any specific details until 12 midnight. I'm not breaking any Marvel rules. No. But all I can say is I have to navigate through, Harlem and working with different people. I'm not telling you who I'm working with or what I'm doing. Sugar lost 100 pounds since season 1, so some of that might be implemented into my character. Maybe.
So Sugar took some sugar out of his diet?
Oh, absolutely. Exactly. That was good. Yeah, I did take the sugar out. Sugar, all the bad stuff. Only fish. I'm a pescatarian now, so.
All right, I see you getting healthy, getting ready for, are we getting ready for some action scenes?
I have no idea. You're going to have to tune in and watch. It's not 12 midnight. I'm not saying a word.
He's doing such a good job of being spoiler-free. Well, before I let you go, is there one thing you feel like fans should really be looking forward to in season 2 of Marvel's Luke Cage?
Absolutely. Watch out for Sugar. I'm going to touch your heart.
Thank you so much, and you have a really, really great night.
Thank you so much. Later, guys.
I am so excited. We are now going to be joined by two people who are really pinnacle to my music upbringing, just because of just music and hip hop. Like I don't even want to introduce you. Can you introduce yourself to the loads of Marvel fans who are out there in the world who are watching it so they can hear it from your mouth?
Adrian Young, and I'm Ali Shaheed Muhammad.
For those of you who don't know, that I am standing with the composers, not just of season 1, but season 2 of Luke Cage. So as you've heard people come down the carpet, talk about how amazing the soundtrack is, talk about how excited they are about the music, talking about how excited they are about the original compositions, these are the men who are responsible. But not only that, y'all just dropped an album like the beginning of the month, right?
Yeah, The Midnight Hour. So it's a new group with myself and Ali, and also we perform on the last episode.
Yep.
So we're excited about that, you know.
So how do you, I know music is music, and music is exactly, you sleep, you eat it, you breathe it. How did you find the time to drop an album? And, because I've seen the whole season, I'm waiting for the soundtrack to drop because it's just so incredible.
You know, like you said, we breathe music daily, night and day. We actually began the project before we were hired for season 1, and we put it on hold to do season 1. Season 1 was intensive. It was a lot of work. There was no way that we can do both. But we felt that we established the world of season 1 well enough, and then when we got hired to do season 2, we understood that world, and it allowed for us to have a little bit more other brain waves to go into the other side for us to continue to finish the record, and that's what we did.
So for those who don't know, there is, I think, almost 2 live performances in almost every single one of the episodes. You know, how hard was it? And I'm not even going to say how hard was it to get folks, because I know folks were really excited about this season, particularly after season 1. How hard was it to narrow down who was going to be the acts for season 2?
Well, Cheo Coker, along with the music supervisors, although they pick the acts, you know. Well, really, Cheo picks the acts, so he has to deal with all that madness. And what Cheo does is, you know, he created this world. You know what I'm saying? The character Luke Cage was here, but he created the world, and he put the team together. He put the vision together. So every single act that you see perform on here has just something to do with the world, and it's crazy because when he brings composers in like us and, you know, our group, we become part of the Marvel world, and it kind of messes us up, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's like there's this fictional element to something that's real, but something that's real is that we infuse this blackness into this world, you know, and we don't see a lot of us in these fictional worlds. So the fact that Marvel has a television show based on the prowess of our culture, you know, it's beautiful, and it's just an honor to even be part of that.
Well, I am really excited about this season. I am really excited about folks hearing your new album. I'm really excited about folks hearing all the amazing music, which is part of the beautiful composition that Cheo has put together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Great.
All right.
Thank you.
So you are still on the red carpet here at Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 premiere here at the Edison Ballroom. And we are just so excited. We've got more cast and crew, more creatives. The cameras are still flashing. The buzz is still buzzing. But before that, I'm going to toss it back over to you, Lorraine and Ryan, to see what's going on at Marvel HQ.
Oh my gosh, what a bunch of wonderful interviews, Angelique. I mean, really, that was so much fun to watch. I mean, let's just talk about Simone Missick.
Boom.
Misty Knight.
Yep.
How cool. I'm just excited to see it's such an her story is so inspiring to differently abled people. I just can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see what is in store for her. It was lovely to see her on the carpet.
Yeah, and the things that she has to go through and deal with psychologically, there's the PTSD that she deals with, and the way that Simone portrays Misty is just so good. It's very, I don't know, it sounds simple to say that it's very thoughtful performance, but it really is. And then, thankfully, everybody on the carpet has sort of talked about the Daughters of the Dragon aspects
So we can
of
just talk about it all day.
We can just talk about it. And the bar fight that they talked about is the thing that I watched earlier today.
Right.
And then there's like a scene before that. But the dialogue between them, the interactions between Misty and Colleen, and the way they work together, and they're not 100%, right? It's not the Daughters of the Dragon yet, but they're getting there, and it's really cool.
Well, and to see their stunts, I'm excited because they're both formidable athletes as far as actresses. So I'm excited to see Matt Mullins actually is their stunt coordinator for this. And I got to work with him a while back on the Marvel's Defender set, and he's a phenomenal teacher. He's an amazing martial artist. They do tons and tons of what is it called?
Up-downs.
When you climb up walls, parkour.
Parkour.
Like Peter Parkour, like that.
Oh,
but
that
different.
guy.
But so anyways, they do all kinds of different training, and he really incorporates a million fight styles into his work, which I think is going to be so important for this because you have Misty Knight, who is not just someone who's lost a limb, but is also police trained. You have Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage, who has more of a boxing style. He's like got big, heavy punches. And then we have
Bushmaster.
Yes, Bushmaster.
He comes in. He's got his sort of like capoeira, fight style, boxing, martial arts, acrobatics. He moves so fluidly for a dude who is like over 6 feet tall. He's a big dude, but he moves so quick and so well. It's really exciting to watch.
Well, we're actually going to have a little clip of that. You're going to see some of those capoeira moves in action. I think we're going to toss to that in just a second. Right now, let's take a look at that clip of Luke Cage going toe-to-toe with Bushmaster. Ooh, who's going to win? I don't know.
You told me stay out of your yard. Harlem is not your yard, boy. It's mine. You can't talk tough if you can't breathe, eh? Seen? What's my name? Them call me Bushmaster.
Yes, I love that. So good.
That is just a boss last line.
And so that scene, too, becomes kind of heartbreaking a little bit after that because Luke has been the guy. He's
impenetrable. He's unbreakable, literally unbreakable.
And he's the hero of Harlem. So he's looking like that. Now he's surrounded by bystanders, by his fans, by the public.
Viral video, just watching him, you know, he's lost his privacy. That's the thing about becoming a public hero. Yeah. He's not like a hero that dons a mask or a suit. He's just him. And so he's him 24/7, and he's going to have constant public scrutiny in a way that he never had before.
Yeah.
And then gets dropped.
Yeah, what happens after that scene? Oh man, it feels it's too real. In this day and age, I think that the testament to Cheo and the team who work on the show and the way that they took something that could actually happen in real life in our world and the quickness that it spreads around, and a dude like Luke having to deal with it.
You know, that actually takes me back to something that Theo Rossi was saying about who plays Shades, and going more into Shades' backstory and getting to see more of that. Cheo Hodari Coker, the showrunner, does such a good job of delving into people's most intimate, private moments of their life, the things that are formative about them, and making it so lucid and so clear what that person has been through and why they're doing the thing that comes next. And like what it is inside of them that is brewing, that is the reason for everything.
Yeah.
Which I'm so excited to see. And I'm excited to see more of what Bushmaster's story is, because we see like little hints of him, but right now he's still, for those of us who haven't gotten to see the entire series, sort of mysterious big bad.
Yeah. When you find out why he is back in New York, what is driving him, you, like Jeff Loeb said, like Cheo said, he's not the big villain. He's the antagonist to Luke. And like you're saying, Theo said, he's the hero of his own story. And
they all are, yeah.
And he's pushing forward. He's always moving forward. And it's real interesting about that stuff. And I'm thinking about what you're saying with, what is driving a character. Tilda Johnson. Tilda, what we see, you learn about her really early in the show. About like the second episode, you start to see what's going on, and her progression to where she is by the end of this season is real interesting.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And talking about delving more into backstory, we're going to see more of Luke's backstory too, a la his father, played by the late Reg E. Cathy. So, I mean, I think that's going to be very exciting to see Luke have a greater touch. So, we saw some flashbacks of his, life with Diamondback when they were kids and their relationship with the father. And it will be very interesting to see that performance, I think, as well.
Yeah, those scenes are great, but it does break your heart.
It is heartbreaking.
Yeah, it 100% breaks your heart. There's so much more to talk about. Oh, those interviews are so fun. I really want to listen to the Midnight Hour record.
Yeah, well, we'll do that after this.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Let's do that.
I'm also excited to see Lady Mob Boss, Rosalie Carbone, a la Annabella Shora. I think I'm excited to see that different layer to sort of the Harlem crime syndicates come to life also.
Yeah. Totally. And stories coming to life is something that's so important to us and what we do here at Marvel. So one of the things we wanted to do was think about some of the Luke Cage comics that we love. I picked a couple of them. You and I, we bandied about them. We talked about some cool things. My first pick of one of my favorite all-time, just like best Luke Cage stories is in New Avengers number 22. Now this came out in 2006. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis with art by Leinil Francis Yu. Leinil is working on Captain America coming up, and it looks incredible. The colors by Dave McKay. Now, Luke's been told, and this is in the middle of the superhero civil war.
So things aren't going great.
No, you got Iron Man on one side, Captain America on the other, and Luke was a member of the Avengers at this point, and this has fractured the team. So he's been told he has to sign the Superhuman Registration Act, or he's going to go to jail. He is not having it.
Not into it. He sticks to his convictions, and he sticks with Harlem, and even though he's totally outnumbered, and, of course, S.H.I.E.L.D. comes for him, and not good for S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, there's this great shot of Luke surrounded by S.H.I.E.L.D. agents in the story. They're called Cape Killers. It's just brutal thing.
Rough.
The shot is so good. It's so dope. Then he starts to rage. Like, you get to see him go crazy, and he like fights back, and it's right in the middle of Harlem.
And he's totally outnumbered, and he's down. And then, lo and behold, he gets some help from Captain America and Falcon and his fellow Defender Daredevil, and kick butts, names taken.
Yes, it tells you everything you need to know about who Luke Cage is and what he believes in. Now, second pick is from the Luke Cage #1. This was from 2017, written by David F. Walker with art from Nelson Blake II. Now, I love this whole series. I know you do too.
Oh, I do too. Some of the most beautiful covers in this whole series. Really, really almost photorealism for the whole series.
Yeah, Raza does a lot of the covers on this series. This one goes really into Luke Cage's origin. We actually have him leaving New York and delving into sort of the people around him when he became Luke Cage from Carl Lucas. It's real neat.
Yeah, and so there's a really great splash page of him just running through bad guys and going to save somebody, and they're talking about the power of buying his shirts in bulk, and it's like this weird, fun dynamic of like, shirts in bulk, beating up dudes.
That's Luke Cage.
Yeah.
The third pick is also written by David F. Walker,
Love
and this one is from the 2016 Power Man and Iron Fist series, which is so good. Art on this issue is by Flaviano, and so Luke and Danny, at this point, they've been separated for a while, and they come together. They're back together. This issue really nails not just them as a dynamic as the Heroes for Hire, Power Man and Iron Fist, but also their connection to the people around them, their neighborhood and everything about that. It's so good.
Well, and then there's this fight, and from 4 different perspectives, and we're seeing it from Luke and Danny. We see it from their car.
Yeah.
A poorly named car. Good publicity and lots more. It's just fun. I
Yeah.
love seeing Danny and Luke together. I love their dynamic. They're just bros for life.
The best bros.
Best bros.
Final pick was one that we had a lot of fun with, and it's a 1973 classic. It's Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. Number 9 is by Steve Englehart with art by George Tuska and Billy Graham. And this is like an infamous issue. Some love it, some don't. And I know Cheo, he loved it. He and I talked about it, so I wanted to make sure we had it in here. And so when you hire Luke Cage, you better pay him. That's the lesson.
He is a hero for hire, not for free. You know, just saying.
Yeah, so he basically is owed $200 by Dr. Doom. He goes to Latveria with a jet he borrows from the Fantastic Four, and he says, "Where's my money, honey?" And it's
Where's my money, honey? I love
so
it.
Good.
The best of all time. But you know, our ladies have some great comic book roots also. We talked a little bit about, I mean, the secret fun of the night, Daughters of the Dragon.
Yeah, that's the big
all about
takeaway.
it. You know, and too, Misty and Colleen for a while were the Heroes for Hire, so they've done it all. These ladies have teamed up. And my favorite too is when Orca comes.
Oh, I love Orca.
Orca is an unlikely villain because he's an actual orca, like a person in an orca suit.
Yeah.
It's not the best villain outfit, but they sort of team up with him in some wonderful hijinks to just try to, you know, like solve crimes, make money, you know, have a good day.
Yeah, there's a fun Heroes for Hire series where Misty is sort of like running, I don't want to call it a call center, but she's running the
but she really
organization,
is.
and she's like okay.
Yeah, she's taken the jobs.
Yeah, so all right, this job needs to get done. These are the heroes for this job. Who's going to get paid? And there's a bigger story that's being told there, but it's super good.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also, I love Colleen. You know, we talked a little bit before, but I do think Colleen and Misty are very tied to Luke and Danny's backstories, but they're also just so incredibly important to each other. I think, you know, in comics, they were really, when they were introduced for their first storyline, in comics, you kind of get flashbacks of what their real stories are, but Colleen met Misty when she lost her arm and helped work her through it through martial arts and meditation and dealing with it, and was kind of the friend that was like, I love you and this is sad, but you know what? Too bad, baby. It's time to go. We got to get out of this. We got to pull ourselves up and be better. You know, and it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and look, Cheo knows that. He's a student of the game.
Yeah,
and you better believe you're going to see some of that action in Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2. You are going to flip, Lorraine. It's
I
so
personally
good.
will. Backflips.
Yeah, ooh, don't do a backflip here. But earlier in the show, we talked about some Twitter polls that we had put up on Marvel's Twitter account. And so we have the results for those right now. I know we had like thousands of people voting in these.
Yeah, people
awesome.
were stoked about it, and I'm always up for when people are pumped.
Yes. So poll 1 was, what was your favorite action scene from Season 1 of Marvel's Luke Cage? Now, this was a pretty just like handy dandy, this is the winner. 69% said the hallway fight was their favorite, beating out the car door.
Firmly disagree, Internet. You're completely wrong. Apologies. It's not your fault. You can't help it. For our second poll, we had, what was your favorite Luke Cage kiss from Season 1?
Smooching.
Misty Knight or Claire Temple. And that was close, neck and neck.
Ooh.
53% Claire Temple. So we'll wait till you see Season 2, and then we'll talk some more about it.
Smooching them next.
Yeah.
Poll 3, our last poll that we put up was, what was your favorite Luke Cage hangout spot? Now, of course, there's Harlem's Paradise. He's there for a little bit. But the winner of this one was 79% of you said Pop's Barbershop. Of course, Pop's is now iconic. That's so important to this show.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I feel like I'm on the wrong side of the internet tonight, but Harlem's Paradise would be more fun way more dangerous. I guess you guys are right. You know what? I take it back. You guys are right. Harlem's Paradise tends to be dangerous. So good job, you guys.
Don't disagree with the internet, Lorraine.
I'll do what I want.
She will. She's awesome.
Of course, you guys can continue to talk to us on the internet with the hashtag Luke Cage. And we have some more tweets here. Let's see what we've got here. We have KLEI84. I think I got that right. The end of this week brings Luke Cage Season 2. Can't wait. So many exclaims.
Let's see. Which ones did we read before? Tony7 Perfect. She says, I'm hyped for Luke Cage like something that I don't even have the answer here. What he's hyped for, but it's so good.
It's emojis, like emojis.
They didn't show up over here. What's going on?
And yeah, Cheeto said, can't wait for this show to drop at midnight. Well, midnight Pacific. So later. Yeah, so East Coast, chill out. You're in for it. You know, just keep watching this on a loop. Listen to all of our interviews across Marvel.com, on This Week in Marvel. Watch Earth's Mightiest show for cool things. But that you're just going to have to stay up a little bit later to watch more stuff. Just saying.
Yes. Now, if you don't want to just watch, if you want to get a little bit more active, you want to take maybe some Marvel Games action and incorporate that into your good times when it's coming to Marvel's Luke Cage, you can check out Marvel's Future Fight, which Marvel Future Fight has Luke Cage, which is kind of directly inspired by Marvel's Luke Cage that we see in the show.
Yeah, and if you've never played Marvel's Future Fight, it's like kind of a brawler game.
Brawler, action, RPG, but it's mobile, so you can
so you play it on your phone,
anywhere.
On the App Store, Google Play, you can download it.
Yeah, and right now, if you jump into the game, you can get 100 biometrics towards Cage, as well as get some sweet discounts on Luke's in-game uniforms, some good stuff. And the game has like probably 100+ characters at this point, but you want to use Cage, especially right now.
Yeah, and Misty's there too.
Well, she sure is.
Heck
she looks
yeah.
dope. Yeah.
Straight up dope.
Yeah. So while we think about that and think of all the awesome fighting that we do in the game,
Ryan and I are going to practice. We're going to...
It's way too hot in here to do any of that.
No, I want a capoeira now.
No, I want you guys to watch a fight scene from Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2. Check it out right now.
You told me stay out of your yard. Harlem is not your yard, boy. It's mine. Can't talk tough if you can't breathe, eh? Seen? What's my name? Them call me Bushmaster.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
They
So
do
good.
call him Bushmaster. I like it. He owns, that's his, that's like, he's like, look at this. This is where I am. I'm back in New York. Y'all can't stop me. He's dope.
I know, and I do love that he is originally from Harlem. I think that's so cool that he gets to kind of come home, back to his roots, and be part of this show. And I love that ALFRE Woodard took everyone to vegan dinner last night just to hang out and
Can I get a name of what that spot is? Because I have some vegan friends. I would go to dinner with them.
Also, I have to say, ALFRE Woodard said that we don't have to go to work tomorrow. She declared it a national holiday for everyone to sit and watch the show. I can't actually offer this to you, but ALFRE Woodard can.
I have to be at work because I'm supposed to interview her tomorrow.
But if you don't show up, she can't be mad at you.
That's Lorraine logic right there.
Yeah,
Boom.
it is. Bada bing.
Deal with that, ALFRE. What are you going to do?
No, you better show up.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to do a big time ALFRE.
And why would you? I mean, she is an incredible
God.
actress.
Yeah.
I mean, the depth that she brings to Mariah is unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, I know we're still waiting to hear from Mike Coulter, star of Marvel's Luke Cage, but we should talk a little bit about like the origins of Luke in the comics.
Yeah.
And you, Lorraine, I think you are officially, you could have the title of comic book historian because you've been studying, you've written books, you know so much about comics.
Thanks, Ryan.
Give us a little bit about Luke's origin.
Well, way back in 1972, we talked a little bit about issue 9, but that was the original issue that Luke Cage was introduced during. Shades is there, Comanche is there. It's really exciting. You know, we're just hearing about some of these characters that are being introduced. Cockroach. They're all being introduced in season 2, but so much of the foundation of this show really comes from that first issue. If you go pick up Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, #1, you will see the foundation of that one-issue comic running through the entire series of Marvel's Luke Cage, and I love that. So Luke, Carl Lucas, is framed for a crime by his BFF Diamondback. He does the crime time. The crime time, you like that? It's like ready for prime time, but crime time.
That was the name of a wrestling tag team.
No, okay, maybe not. So anyways, he goes to Seagate. He ends up getting in a fight with the stand-in warden who's in charge of the prison. When the new warden comes in, seems like it's going to be a new turn, but you know what? Instead, they put him into medical experimentation. They think that'll get him paroled.
It's a jerk move. I'm going to be honest.
It's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's not good. But what is good is Angelique Roche. She has been rocking the carpet all night long. We're going to go back to her in a little bit. But right now, I do want to say that the way that Cheo and the rest of the team, Jeff Loeb, everybody who's worked on Marvel's Luke Cage, they've done so well in taking a comic book that was very much of the time.
Very
in 1972,
much of the time,
they take that and they have now brought it into current times. It feels modern, it feels real, it feels now. I love it so much.
And right now, we have Angelique on the carpet talking to some folks. Hey, Angelique, how's it going? What are you doing over there?
I am so excited. We are still here on the carpet at Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 premiere. It has been an incredible night. Did you see the outfits, the amazingness? ALFRE Woodard came in. We talked a little bit about MARIAH Dillard, a.k.a. Mariah Stokes, and how that's going to develop out. And then we got a little bit of an exclusive from the Mystics with Simone and Dorian talking about their conflict-ridden relationship that we are looking forward to in Season 2, as well as Rosario Dawson, who gave us all the energy, all the light, all the love, talking about one of our favorite Marvel characters, Claire, who has literally been in Marvel Defenders, Marvel's Jessica Jones, Marvel's Daredevil, and now is going into her second season of Marvel's Luke Cage. We are just absolutely excited. The buzz is still going on. We are moving closer and closer to the premiere, and we are looking forward to having a couple more guests on the red carpet. But before that, I'm going to hand it right back over to you and Lorraine and Ryan back in Marvel HQ.
What is it, basketball? Where you pass the ball?
It and
like
catch it.
The good
we
sports?
know a ton about sports.
We're super sports people.
You know
right
what?
Here.
So Angelique just reminded me, Rosario Dawson, she plays Claire Temple. Let's talk about that character, because that character has been in, I think, every single Marvel Netflix series. She is this interesting glue, this sort of thread that is pulled between the series so seamlessly. I never say, oh, Claire Temple's in this series or she's in that series. She is so much of that world, and her development as a character has been so interesting. I mean, she starts out, she's introduced in Marvel's Daredevil. And obviously, Matt needs somewhere to go when he got to get patched up.
Yeah, he gets injured a lot.
A lot. Well, that's what happens. I mean, he's not
good
unbreakable.
At not getting hurt. He gets hurt.
He gets
so
hurt
much.
a lot.
That poor guy.
So many black guys. I would be so concerned about him if I were his friend.
He knows
if
how
I
to
were
take
Foggy, I would be like, we got to talk. You got to like put some padding in your apartment or something. Something's up.
Yeah. He just had to take a punch way too well. It's real bad.
Well, his dad was a boxer.
Yes,
that's how
very
you do
true,
that.
very true. I also want to talk about that interview that Angelique did with Rosario. Just Rosario is the best. She comes in, she's just like boom, 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 boom.
Walking behind Simone Missick. I just kind of, can somebody make me a gif of that? Just go back, Simone Missick interview, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, I was thinking about that exact thing. Like, I need a gif of that. They're so good, so pure. Like the friendship that comes out of the folks working on this show. They all clearly like each other, are having a good time, want to be part of this world, part of these stories, part of everything that's going on. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, no, you really do feel the love. And I think everybody, you know, we've mentioned this before, but Cheo Hodari Coker, who's the showrunner, really fosters like such a familial feel between everybody that it's no wonder that everybody wants to be there. And I'm sure, you know, you can see it kind of buzzing around on the red carpet, how you see people kind of like tootling back and forth. It's because nobody wants to go inside because they all want to hang out with each other. And I think that's like a testament of a really well done show, is when you have that vibe and everybody's like, yay.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of adorable.
It's like a lot adorable.
A lot adorable.
Oh, like a lot adorable.
Yeah. And then you think about how this show, Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2, ties into the broader world and how it connects to all the things. Like the characters, we talked about obviously Claire, but Misty and Colleen, especially Colleen and her ties to Iron Fist and what's going on there. And then Jeff Loeb, he talked about it. I'm safe. I feel good.
Oh, yeah. When Jeff does it first, you're fine.
Yeah. Jeff talked about Danny Rand being in Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2. We see them. We get a little bit of the connectivity for the Heroes for Hire. That's great.
I mean, I love if you go back in time, get in a time machine, go back in time, read comics, or you could do it on Marvel Unlimited, either or. But to see Luke and Danny in the comics in their roommate years, so fun.
Yeah.
It's just super fun to see them kind of dealing with like, oh, I thought I had the apartment tonight. I'm like trying to hang out with a chick and like be a cool normal guy.
Yeah.
But also like normal guys who wear like masks and deep Vs.
Yeah. The deepest of Vs. Like that V just keeps going.
They shouldn't have been Heroes for Hire. They should have been Heroes of Deep Vs. Where was I?
I don't know.
I could have been helping.
You were not conceived yet? So
yeah, no, I wasn't around.
We're fine. We're all good. It's great. There's one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick. I talk about it with Mustafa Shakir on This Week in Marvel. His first appearance, Bushmaster's first appearance in the comics, he's actually smooching Misty Knight.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
They're like she's undercover, but they get into some like smooching, and then she's like, "Oh no!" There's a tear down her eye. She's like, "I don't want to kiss this guy. He's got the deepest V."
The deepest V. Well, I mean, I think that's the thing that's always really interesting because, like I said, issue 1 really sets up this whole series, but there are also plenty of liberties and a lot of deviation from the comics because a lot of things happen in comics over the years and years and years.
Yeah.
We see Misty Knight has dated a variety of different gentlemen that now date other people in this series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Ryan knows.
There's a whole bunch. She was most recently in a Falcon comic, and she was getting hit on by Blade, the vampire hunter.
Amazing.
So good. And she was just like, bing, 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 not having it. She was like deflecting all his like weirdness. It was terrific.
Honestly, I feel like if Blade came up to you at a party, you'd be like, nah, not Blade.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, he's like,
I'm a vampire hunter. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we'll keep arguing this out. But right now we have Angelique on the carpet. What's going on, Angelique? Sounds like a party from over here. I can hear you.
Welcome back to the red carpet at Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 premiere. We are joined by the man himself, Mike Coulter, Luke Cage.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for waiting. It's being very patient. It's been over a year and a half, but we have something very special for you, so hold on.
Well, we're really excited, and we actually got a little bit of glimpse of Luke Cage in Marvel's Defenders, and the show is picking right back up after Marvel's Defenders, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Luke has got a new lease on life. I mean, he's not running from the law anymore. He's not looking over his shoulder. He's trying to settle down with Claire, trying to focus on life, trying to get into the swing of things with the community, and figure out what he's going to do with the rest of his life. So we hit the ground running. So we're not establishing anything. You guys know what he's about. Now it's about trying to save Harlem.
Well, and we know, like in Season 1, he was more of a reluctant hero, and now in Season 2, we've seen the previews. You've got, walking around, drinking a smoothie, tight shirt, a little bit of swagger. What can you say about this new evolution of Luke Cage?
It seems natural. I mean, get a little bit of celebrity. You start to feel yourself a little bit. You start to think, You know, I'm not too bad. People know your name. Everyone's shouting your name. I always say you're always as famous as you are in that room. You know, basically Luke is starting to, that's starting to affect him. So now people know who he is. They're asking him for answers, and he's sort of been thrust into this leadership role, and he doesn't know what to do with it. So he's going to make some mistakes, and he's going to mess up a bit. So that's what's going to make a drama. It's going to make it very interesting for you guys.
Well, one thing I know the fans are really looking forward to is you've got a couple more antagonists and an old antagonist.
Yeah.
You've got Mariah Dillard, Mariah Stokes, but Mariah Dillard who's going to be here, but also the introduction of Bushmaster. Yes. But he's more of an antagonist, less of a villain.
Yeah, I mean he's sort of he's a hybrid. And when I say a hybrid, the thing is that I think you can relate to his calls. You know why he's doing what he's doing. At the same time, the way he's going about it, not necessarily something that Luke Cage can agree with, but they do have a similar goal in mind. And then, of course, Mariah is back again. ALFRE's, killing it this year as Mariah. It's a phenomenal arc for her. And we have so many good baddies in here. Everybody, there is really no such thing as a good person. It's like, or bad person. It's sort of everybody's riding the line. It's a gray area for the whole season.
Well, we have one final question. It's from a fan, and they were curious. Can Luke Cage get a tattoo? And if he could, what would it be?
Well, if it's made of either vibranium, or if the needle is made of vibranium, or maybe what's Wolverine's adamantium, then I think it's a possibility. I think that could break the skin, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm not an aficionado.
But what would the tattoo be?
Cup of coffee? I don't know.
Well, thank you so much. I know you have a premiere to get to, and we really appreciate it. I know the fans are looking forward to the actual drop of the show tomorrow, exclusively on Netflix. And congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the support. Look forward to hearing what you guys think, okay? Let me know.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So, we are so excited. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for the live feed. I know it's been absolutely such a pleasure to be here and bringing the cast, crew, and creatives of Marvel's Luke Cage to you. And I'm going to toss it right back over to you, Ryan and Lorraine, back at Marvel HQ. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Angelique. What a wonderful job on the red carpet. What a blast.
What a great ending, too.
Coffee tattoo.
Cup of coffee. I hope it's like a belly button area tattoo. Yeah, you don't want me to talk about that? Fine, whatever. We want to thank everyone for watching. This has been a really fun time.
Oh, you guys. And remember, of course, to watch Marvel's Luke Cage Season 2 premiering June 22nd. That's very soon. Only on Netflix.